Oh, now it's like, okay, hey everyone, happy Tuesday, the Tuesday after Labor Day weekend. Hard to believe it's, September and fall has officially started. Summer is officially over. Bummer. But lots of great things to look forward to. We all know that Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is live today, so make sure you're talking about that. And we have other announcements that have been in our team page. But we want to get right to the fact that Amethyst is on today, and she's going to be talking about the importance of getting your business to diamond. One of the things that we've been planning, and you'll see that Erin put the schedule in the team page, is that we really want to have our team calls be worthy of your time and information that matters to you. So we have a bunch of different things planned out. One of the great things is that everybody is gifted in different areas. This is an area where Amethyst is super knowledgeable about and really great at explaining. And so I knew this was the perfect thing for her to talk about because she makes it sound so easy and she is able to explain it so well so we can all understand it. So today, that's what we wanted to focus on because it's an important part of our business. So Amethyst, I'm going to give you the reins. Here we go.
All right, thank you so much. So nice to see you guys. I asked you guys to print out your diamond bubble. I dropped in that form in the page. So hopefully you already, I think everybody on this page already has theirs, or on this page, on this call. But if you're listening to the recording, make sure you just pause it for a moment and go print that out because this is what it looks like. If you don't have it printed out, sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, like what is she talking about? Where if you're a visual learner, this just really helps break it down and show it's very simple. So let's just start by so we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the benefits of being diamond. We're going to talk about how to get there, what to do, and then now what. So that's kind of the structure of how we're going to talk about this. Okay. So the benefits of being, you guys have you've all heard that first you're a coach, everybody signs up, everybody's a coach. And there's things in Beachbody called rank. And so your rank advancing. And so your first rank is emerald. And emerald is when you have two people on either side of you. So we have a binary system, which means we have a left leg and a right leg. So once you have one person on your left and one person on your right, signed up as a discount or a working coach, you become emerald. So just this right here without those extra little bubbles on the side. Okay. And so that can be your spouse, that could be your mom, your best friend, that could be a working coach, or those can just be people who just want to get healthy and get their shake at a discount. When I reached out to Kendra and I was like, okay, what's this shake thing you're posting about? Because I want to add something healthy into my life. And then she told me the cost. I was like, oh, yikes. I cannot afford that. And she's like, well, just sign up for my discount. And so I've never paid full price one day. And so you can do the same thing. Just offer your discount. I actually would encourage you to offer your discount to everybody while you're building your business. And so you can do that by filling in these bubbles just with all discount coaches, or you can, obviously it's helpful to have working coaches, but you can, and most coaches do, build out all of these bubbles through people who are just accepting the discounts. Don't be afraid to offer that. Okay, so once you get to emerald, the next rank is called ruby. And most people don't even acknowledge that that thing exists. Most of us never were a ruby coach or never realized we were a ruby coach, but we can certainly celebrate that. That's basically halfway. But typically people are, sorry, I didn't even know I had a home phone and it's ringing. What we're going to focus on today is diamond. A diamond is basically, do you see there's 4 here, and 2 on each side here. So it's a total of 12 people basically. So we're basically going to talk today about what 12 people can you help either in their health and fitness journey by giving them a discount, or by helping them get started on a coaching journey, whether they're actively coaching or not, whether they just want to help pay for their own Shakeology. So for example, if I have a few clients who are like, I just love Shakeology, but it's so expensive. And I say, well, Beachbody will give you a referral bonus for every person you sign up with what you signed up with, Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology, for example. They'll give you a $50 referral bonus. And then your Shakeology is only $50 something. And they're like, ooh, that's awesome. That's amazing. I'm going to go think about who I want to invite. So they don't have to like actively coach. Like I'll say, I'll coach the people, you bring them to our group, but you get the bonus. And so what I try to think of this is it's a win-win. Okay. So everybody's winning. They're winning because you're giving them this great discount and you're helping them make health affordable. And then you're winning because they're helping you build your business. So there's nothing weird or wonky about it. It's win-win. Everybody's winning. Okay. So anyway, the benefits of Diamond. Why do you want to be Diamond? Well, you guys have probably heard about something called the team cycle bonus. So the first way you make money as a coach is through commission. So everything that somebody orders from you, like if they just go to your website and they buy Energize, you're going to get 25% of that. That's your commission. Beachbody rewards us with something called a fast start bonus, or something else, a challenge pack bonus that basically says, like, if somebody buys Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology, you get $50. So it's more than 25% because they want to encourage people to get the fitness part and the nutrition part together, right? So that's how we get paid, by commissions. Once you become Emerald, you unlock the compensation plan, which allows you to be eligible for team cycle bonus. That basically means that all of us here on the screen, we all work together. We all benefit from each other's sales. We benefit from each other's ability to help other people get healthy and fit, okay? When you become Emerald, you are eligible for $14, a $14 bonus every time you cycle. And I'm not going to go into that because it's a whole nother call. But basically, you unlock the ability to make more money than your commissions, okay? And so at Emerald, it's 14. And when you get to Diamond, you get a raise to $18, which doesn't sound like, oh, 14, 18, $4 extra. Well, that over time can multiply. For example, Melanie Mitro, top coach 4 years in a row, number 2 this year, she would tell you that her team cycle bonus by far exceeds her commission, right? So over time, that will build to it will win out your commissions, if that makes sense. So it does make, if you are in this for the long haul and you have some financial goals for yourself and your family, that is something that you want to get to as Diamond, okay? So that's one of the things. There's a cap at Emerald that you can team cycle bonus up to $250 a week, which is awesome to get $250 extra a week, right? But once you get to Diamond, your cap grows to $1,000 a week. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to make $1,000 a week in team cycle bonus, but you could. So that cap grows significantly. You also get credibility in your business. To be able to say you're a Diamond coach with Beachbody is kind of a big deal. If you go to Summit, if you go to a Super Saturday or whatever, people, it's just a promotion that just gives you some credibility. So it's just kind of a cool thing to say, hey, I'm a Diamond coach. And then you get to help your team grow. So Kendra has Erin and I as Diamond coaches under her. So Beachbody is wonky, but basically that gives her team credibility because it's great to have 2 Diamond coaches under her. Does that make sense? And so it's awesome for Team LT to be able to have Diamond coaches. With the girls, like I'm shooting for having, I'd love to have 5 Diamonds this year. It's kind of my goal. And so Kat's a Diamond, and then I built my daughter Haley to Diamond. And then I have a second business center, which is another conversation, that you can get basically a second me that you get once you have 2 Diamonds. So there's all these rewards that Beachbody gives you. So I have 3 right now. I'm shooting for 5. So basically I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I have many Diamond bubbles that I'm filling out. So I'm helping other people get to Diamond, and then I have some controllable accounts that I'm getting to Diamond. So I'm doing the same exact thing you are. And basically, as your team grows, you're just going to keep duplicating. You're just going to keep trying to create Emeralds and create Diamonds. So those are the benefits. Does anyone have any question before I move on to how we get there?
So Amethyst, you had mentioned in the Diamond bubble, I'll pull mine out, but like you could put your husband, you could put, a friend. And then you just talked about how you built Haley to Diamond and she's one of your Diamonds. Can you talk about if you are building, like, just really briefly, like, what does Haley have? Haley's not a working coach, but what does she simply have to have to unlock that emerald bonus and be one of your diamonds? I know so go ahead. Can you address that?
Yeah. So one of the keys when you start off your business is to think about whose account can you control. So if you're married, the obvious person would be your spouse. If you're not married, think about a best friend or a mom or an aunt or an uncle or somebody who would support you in this journey and whose account you would control. So basically, I have Haley's and hers looks similar to this. And so I have just offered people my discount from the get-go. And every time I offer them my discount, once I've hit Success Club, I would put those extra people in these bubbles, right? So they're not working coaches. They're just people who are accepting my discount. And this is a Beachbody way. This is how people do it. Again, over time, it'd be preferable that you have working coaches. Haley's not working the business. She's just a controlled account of mine. The reason why I'm doing Haley versus my husband is just where they're placed in my organization. And in fact, I need to get Tony back he dropped Emerald because his people stopped ordering and canceled. So that's an area of my weak area right now where I'm like, oh, I've lost a huge amount of money by letting that slide. But anyway, that's another conversation.
So, and tell us what, like, if people are like, okay, well, I'm going to build whatever. I'm going to have my husband or my daughter or whatever, like you did. But I don't want to keep putting out all this money every month for somebody who's not working. What's the minimum that, like, Haley has? Does she get Shakeology every month? Is she getting Beachbody on demand? How does she stay active if she's not working?
Right. Great question. So it's the only cost is the $15.95 a month because most of us are using a lot of Beachbody products, right? So like my husband's drinking Shakeology, I'm drinking Shakeology, Charlotte drinks Daily Sunshine, we get Beach Bars, we get Energize, we get collagen, Noah has creatine, right? So basically I disseminate those orders amongst the people who I am managing, right? Because with Emerald, you only need to have 50 PV, which is about 2 boxes of Beach Bars a month, okay? For Diamond, you need to have 100 PV, but 10 of that can be from your customers. So as long as you have customers placing orders, your 90 PV is your Shakeology. So somewhere you have to get that extra 10, but you know, most likely you have some orders coming there. Worst case scenario, you don't have any orders coming in, you do have to put an additional 10, but again, collagen, Energize, right? Super easy. So I just have all my orders out amongst all my different people. So I'm not spending money. I'm just not having all my orders all in one month. I'm not spending extra money that for things I'm not consuming, right? I'm just disseminating them.
And so did you re-up Haley with BOD or no?
I've never done BOD for any of my controllable accounts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wait,
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, is that? I was just curious. I do the same thing with my husband, like the Beach Bars and the Recover come from him, and then the Shakeology is from me. But even the one person that I had under my husband is inactive now. Mm-hmm. But how do you, Amethyst or anybody, have that conversation with somebody and tell them that I will be your coach, but I'm going to put you under my husband, or for your case, Haley, your daughter's name. So when you sign them up, it's under their account. And when they receive the email saying, welcome, your coach is blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously you have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just keep it super simple. They say, yeah, oh, I would love your discount. Thank you so much for offering. I say, awesome. Here's the link. It's going to say, you know, your coach is Haley Thomas. Don't worry about that. That's just me. You know, it's just a placement in my organization. I don't go into any more detail than that. They don't need to know anything. You know, you just say, this is just the way that I can offer you my discount, and I'm still your coach. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
And that's it. They don't ask any questions. So, because again, it's win-win.
What were you saying about the 100 PV for Diamond versus 90?
So you have to have 100 PV for Diamond. So in order to be active.
Oh,
In order
okay.
to be active, you need to be 100 PV. And remember, everybody knows PV is the number associated with each item in the Beachbody catalog. Shakeology on Home Direct is 90 PV. It also, in order to be eligible for Success Club, so this is kind of confusing. In order to be eligible for Success Club, you have to have 90 PV on Home Direct. But for all of us, we all should have our Shakeology on Home Direct, so it's like a non-issue. But if for some reason there's a coach who's not drinking their Shakeology, just make sure they have Performance Line on Home Direct or something like that. But yeah, but it does need to be 100. But typically, you have customers placing orders under you, which makes up for that extra 10 plus. Does that
So
make sense?
on my personal account, I only need 90, but like people, as long as people under me have 10 or more, right?
Right. You have to have 100. You have to have something on 90 PV on Home Direct, but you have to have 100. But again, as long as you have customers ordering, which you do, it's not something you have to really worry about.
Okay.
Amethyst, can I just jump in real quick to
Yeah.
Tracy's question? I do the exact same thing as Amethyst does. I just say simply, I'm going to go ahead and sign you up. It's going to show my husband Derek is your coach. That's just me. Just say yes. When it asks you if you want Derek to be your coach, say yes. You do need to instruct them, because if you don't have that conversation, I've had people just message me back and say, hey, it said that Derek was going to be my coach and I didn't want that. I want you. And so then we had to go back through Beachbody and make the phone call. So you do need to have that conversation, or send it to them in a message saying, this is what it's going to ask you. So just be real explicit about it. But people don't care. They don't know. They don't care. It doesn't matter. It's just, I say, you're going to be under Derek, which is me.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
That's a good example, because yesterday I had told somebody that, but we've been going back and forth for months about it, and they forgot, and they're like, oh, it's asking me to change my, coach to Vince, which is my husband's real name. And I was like, oh yeah, say yes. So, yeah, you do have to be clear about that. Okay, so I'm going to move on to how to get there. So after you have hit Emerald, obviously, again, using your spouse if you have one, or a controlled account ideally, which is just these 2 bubbles to Emerald. Then we are going to focus on basically duplicating Emerald over and over again, okay? So with Emerald, we have one on your left and one on your right. With Diamond, we're gonna fill in all of these bubbles here, okay? So 8 people. So what I want you thinking, and before you get any sort of inkling of being overwhelmed, is just, we're gonna do this in a minute, is we're gonna make a list of 8 people who could benefit from your discount, or who could benefit from the coaching opportunity. Hi, JJ. Is that JJ over there? So basically, that's what you're going to do. And so you're going to try to fill in these 4 with 4 on each side. Okay. It doesn't matter what order or whatever. You want these 8 filled in with either people who are accepting your discount or who are excited about working the business. Okay. Once you get there, say this one is your spouse or your controllable account, then you're going to make that person Emerald, just like your Emerald, by adding 1 person on the left and 1 person on the right. Okay, that's going to happen with your controlled account. The other account can either be another controlled account that goes Emerald, or it can be, again, ideally somebody who wants to work the business, because sometimes it can get like crazy trying to manage all of this yourself. But it really isn't that hard. I was able to get to Diamond in 3 months just because I recognized that it was just a win-win situation. It was just helping people get healthy at a discount is basically what it is. Okay. But ideally, if you can get somebody here who either wants to work the business, to get them to Emerald by inviting their spouse and their best friend or their mom, or even if they don't want to work the business, again, still inviting their spouse and their best friend or their mom, and then they can get to Emerald. They can make $100, $50 in each of those signups, get their Shakeology paid for that month. So there's different strategies and ways to do it. But basically, we're just talking about 12 people who want to get healthy and get a discount to get healthy. Does that make sense? That's really the simple thing that's happening. So Diamond is a decision. You just have to decide, I'm going Diamond. And you're going to have a list of 12 people who want to get healthy at a discount. If people want to get healthy, who doesn't want to get healthy at a discount, right? I mean, that really pretty much is it. So like I said, I want you to pull out a piece of paper. So we did this at the retreat, which was awesome. I was just talking about this, ladies. I can't wait for our next retreat. It was really fun. We got a lot done. People realized that Diamond was within their reach once we did this. So turn over your piece of paper, and you don't have to do it now, but you can if you want, and just write down everybody who you know who could really appreciate getting healthy and could appreciate a discount. You can do that just through your own mind, like who you know, or go to your back office, go to your customer orders and look at who has ordered Shakeology, Performance Line, something recently, and write their name down and reach out to them and say, hey, I just saw that your Shakeology order came through. I just wanted to thank you for being such a loyal customer. And since you're ordering every month, would you be interested in saving $200 a year on Shakeology? And most people are like, yeah, tell me all about it, right? Sign me up. And that's all you have to do. If they have purchased a challenge pack in the past, then their coach fee is waived, right? Which is amazing. So all they pay is the $15.95 a month, but the discount pays for that fee, and they still save about $17 a month, not including the savings on home direct shipping. Okay. Plus they save 25% on everything else in the catalog, which we're always talking about. They might end up wanting to do beach bars or Energize or whatever, right? So that's kind of what your homework is to do, is to start making that list. Think about people who could use a positive community like ours, for people who are regularly ordering something, like I said, or who could use a little bit of money, right? Who want their Shakeology paid for. Literally just having 2 people sign up a month pays for their Shakeology. That was my very first goal when I decided to finally say yes to Kendra, because I had said no like 4 times. So don't be afraid. You never know the person who's going to say yes the 5th time and is going to be your, a great coach for you on your team. So my first goal was pay for my Shakeology. Like, that was all that really mattered to me. Of course, I wanted to come alongside people on their journey for sure. That was number 1. But my first goal was just to pay for my shakes. And so I think that's the case for a lot of us, right? We want to prove to our spouse too, we can get this paid for. And that says a lot. So then once you have those 12 names, I want you to pencil them in here so you can see that it's actually possible. Like, what if these 12 people who I know could benefit from the discount, I'm going to pencil them in, and I'm going to look at this and say, oh my gosh, I can do this. I can do this, because these are 12 people who want to be healthy and who doesn't want to save money. Beth-Ann, you're muted. You're muted, hun. Oh,
I was trying to get to it.
Oh.
So did you say to build your, like, say I have Clay on my side, to build him to Emerald first before doing the rest of the
together, right? You can do it however you want. The only reason why I would advise you to do that, I mean, it really doesn't matter, I don't think, too much, is if you have like family members or really close friends that it would be more comfortable to put them under Clay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's a benefit of getting him to Emerald, because then he can cycle bonus, so you can start making money on his account. So so if you have the right structure to put him to Emerald first, you can. But all the pieces have to be put together for you to be Diamond. So it doesn't.
Right. No, that I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a couple. This would be such a benefit for them. So it's a couple. They both get Shakeology. So that's customers. So if I switch them, I really only need to switch one person to be a discount. They still can get their Shakeology for cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be a huge win for them. I will get one discount coach and basically lose one customer, because then they'll only pay one fee, but their second bag of Shakeology is going to be super cheap.
I did that yesterday.
So it's going to be super awesome for them.
I
mean,
always
it's still worth it for me to have one more coach, right? And then, but I lose a customer, so I'm losing that.
But you're not really,
No.
because you still have all their volume, and that volume turns into money. And
Okay.
so you have a faithful coach is what you have. You have someone who's
Mhm.
never going to go inactive, someone
Okay.
who's fueling volume up into your organization, which will create those team cycle bonuses for you. So that's exactly what I did yesterday. I had a couple who they were both paying for all this stuff. And again, this is win-win. This is like where ministry comes in.
Mhm.
It's just kind, right? It's just
Right.
thoughtful.
I
And
always do my husband and wives, always, because right off the bat, it's $45 that they're saved, if not more.
Okay.
And it's because especially what they're saying, like 2 bags of Shakeology, that's super expensive. I mean, right off the bat, they're going to save considerably.
yeah, so I had
So.
the husband sign up under my husband so he can get him back to Emerald. And then his wife is going to cancel her account, and they're going to funnel and they're ordering a lot. They've got 2 bags of Shakeology, they've got the Greens Boost, they've got Energize, so that's just a faithful coach that's never going to go inactive as long as they continue liking this. So there is value, Tracy.
Yeah.
I know it can feel like a loss, but if you're building your business, you just kind of, one of the things about this is just mindset. You just have to embrace the model. This is just Beachbody's model, whether you like it or not, or agree with it or not, or understand it or not, it just is.
Right.
So if you want to build a business, this is just the way to do it. And so again, and also feel encouraged that you're blessing this couple, right?
Yeah.
With the gift of health.
And so would it be smart to put them under Mark, my husband, instead of me?
It doesn't totally matter. You need to have all those pieces in place. So it doesn't,
But it would be smart for him to be Emerald, and then you both end up benefiting. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like if you're already Emerald, you might as well build under your husband,
Mhm.
I think it's super important to remember that as you build your husband, you also need to make sure you get successful.
Yes.
That should
That's
be
a
a non-negotiable.
huge point. So what Kendra is saying, we always need to hit Success Club first before you start putting customers elsewhere. But for Tracy, that's a current.
It's an existing, yeah.
The
Mhm.
existing customers are really easy to build. Those are the best people because you're not waiving Success Club points. They're already faithful. Those are the best people to use to fill this in. Our existing, like I said, go to your customer orders. Who was the last person to order Shakeology? Have they ordered more than once? Sounds like they like it. Offer them the discount. You're not losing Success Club. It's harder with the newer customers because they need to be yours first.
And I lost a couple of coaches. So with the MM100 launch, it was even like a super awesome time to convert an existing coach that wanted to do the early access and was going to continue Shakeology. And it had been over 6 months since she did a challenge pack. So I was able to get the SC points, get her to be a coach, and she got the early access to MM100.
Awesome.
It was all like super discount for her and a coach. It was great timing. Yeah.
Awesome. Again, win-win, right? You totally blessed her and you're blessing yourself as you're growing. So now what? So what I want you to do is go to that list and to do this today. Okay, guys, like put it in your mark your calendar in your business hour today. You're going to reach out to each person on that list and offer them the discount or a job. Okay. The reality is people need jobs, like and do not decide for those people if they need a job or if they want the discount. That's not your job. I have friends who are millionaires who are like, yeah, I'll take the discount. You wouldn't think, but it's like, people like to save money. The biggest objection to taking your discount would be, I don't want to put in my social security number. That'll be the number one, and they do have to do that. The number two would be, I don't like having a reoccurring fee. Okay. Always send them the Shakeology image. Okay. So many people are visual learners, and you could easily get into word vomit mode and scare them away. But if you send them that image, it says everything they need, and I'll drop it into the comments when we're done if you don't have it. It literally says everything. There's no like fine print. It's all right in this little square, right? And so they can see that there. They can't come back and say, oh, you didn't tell me there's $15.95 fee. It says it's right there. you're going to save $200 over the course of a year if you're ordering every month, whatever. So your goal is to reach out to each person, and I'll put in some scripts in the comment too of what are the types of things you can say, and again, go before you do this, say, I am a kind and loving person who is offering my discount to people that I care about, right? Do not say, I hope they don't think I'm being a salesy person. Oh, this feels yucky. I don't like this. Don't say that, because that will come out as you are typing. Okay. So get your heart right, get your mind right. Like, this is a win-win. You are doing something for your benefit. Yes. But ultimately you're giving them a gift, right? Kendra, I never felt like she was being salesy by offering me her discount. I thought that was so kind of her from the moment I started, right? I've never paid full price. So you need to reach out to those people, okay? And then send them that image. And then what you're going to do if there's an existing customer, so Tracy, this is your situation, you're going to send them a share card, put in their email address. It's going to already populate their name. Instead of clicking customer, you're going to click coach. You're going to click, yes, I have the permission to send this to them. Push continue. And the top left-hand corner, it'll say enroll without purchase, this tiny little hyperlink. Enroll without purchase. It's going to send them a share cart for $39.95 for a digital starter kit to coach. You're going to send that to them. Say, fill this out. It's going to take you 2 minutes. Always tell them that, because they're going to be like, oh, I don't have time for this right now, because they're going to think it's going to take a long time. Say, it takes 2 minutes. Fill out this form, and as soon as you're done, tell me, and then you're going to fill out this form, which is going to take you 1 minute. And that's the reimbursement form. I used to always get on the phone with people to get them reimbursed, but it would always take about 10 minutes. 3 minutes is better than 10 minutes, right? So people's time is really valuable. Some people don't even like talking on the phone. People just like to do things online. So send the share cart, and then sometimes I'll just send that reimbursement form right in the very next text.
And can you drop both of those in, Amethyst? Can you drop the reimbursement form in?
Yes. Yeah. And I keep that on in the notes section of my phone. So it's it's really accessible. And it's really simple, you guys. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It takes 2 minutes to sign up the enrollment form and 1 minute. Yeah. Tracy.
So I have the BB links, and that's super easy. You can do share a cart. You can get that on your phone too. And then in the BB links, it actually has that, like a lot of most commonly used forms in there. So I don't even save it into my notes. I just do it that way. So it's really awesome.
Yeah, totally great. Okay. And then watch your back office and make sure they're placed correctly. You can move people within 5 days. So for example, it doesn't matter at first. So you have something in your back office called preferred placement, and you can have it set up to alternate, to just be putting people in left, right automatically. But if you strategically, like Tracy, you decide that you want them somewhere in particular, right? Say all your left is full and you only have one spot left on your right. You want to go back to your preferred placement and make sure it says right, right? But what if you forget to do that, or whatever, you don't realize, then you go back in and you can change them within 5 days. But the 5 days is hard and true. Like, Kendra would love to have changed me because Erin and I are on the same side, and it would be hugely beneficial to her business if we weren't, but she can't do anything about it. So just watch that back office and of course well, that's a whole nother story, but I promised her I would never work. So she never cared a thing about where to place me. But for this purpose of 4 on the left and 4 on the right, you want to make sure that's balanced, right?
Right.
So just watch your back office that they're placed correctly, and be filling this in as it goes, right? To visually put it in. And then here is where you're going to say, when they signed up, and you're going to put their coach ID number and their email address, because if they're not working coaches, you're kind of managing their accounts a little bit. So it's nice to have all their information right here. If they're going to be a controllable account, like a friend who you're putting people under, right? So say this is Clay, and then this is your best friend, Beth Ann. When that best friend signs up, you're going to say, hey, would you mind if I work your your account. Like you won't know, it won't affect you in any way, but I'm just trying to make some business goals. And she's been like, yeah, you're my best friend, whatever. And say, okay, can I have the last 4 digits of your credit card number? And she'd be like, yeah, whatever, 0488. And so you're going to write down 0488 because that's going to allow you to move people under her and around and things like that. So Beachbody used to ask for the last 4 digits of your social security number, and people don't like to share that. So now they ask for the last 4 digits of your credit card, as you guys probably all know, to verify your identity. The other thing, if you are using a controllable account, is that you want, and I can drop this in too, you need to sign a management consent form. And so you want this for your spouse and any other account that you control. So if you call and I say, hey, I'm calling about Haley Thomas, I want to change her Shakeology flavor, which I wouldn't do because you can do that online, but whatever. They would say, oh, do you have a management form sign, a consent form sign? And I'll say, yes. I'm like, okay. And so I can speak on her behalf. So you want to do that as well.
Yeah, you only need to do that if you're going to be calling. Otherwise, you have access to all of their passwords and stuff. That's
yeah.
And also, the whole U+2, you can use the same credit card for your account. Plus your 2, like I have it for my brother and my husband. And if you have any family members that are in the military, that's a super ideal person to ask to have a controllable account, because I don't pay the $16 a month for my brother's controlled account. So it's
or the $40.
Yeah.
So it's totally free for anyone in the military and some veterans to be coaches. So if you know anybody who's in the military, ask them to sign up because it's completely free for them. The only thing is that you would have to keep their volume up to keep them active. So the last
active military or veterans?
They changed it, Kat. So do you remember?
I know, that's what I was asking. I know they changed it. What is it?
They have an FAQ. I know Kat knows more because she signed her brother up.
I can't remember because my brother is in the reserves and then he went active, but it worked for when he was in the reserves. But I don't remember about veterans.
But it's not veterans.
I don't think it's veterans, but
I don't think it's veterans either.
Yeah.
It's
But reserves, it does work if you're in the reserves.
And I know it's also, this is kind of out there, but it's also killed in the line of duty. Because Ashley and I had that conversation. Her husband died. Her husband was active military and died, but he did not die in the line of duty.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow. So anyway, that's just something to keep in mind. It's a really great strategy. The last thing I have on the list.
We have 1 minute. So I just
Okay, is just the most important, not most important, but next step is to get a success partner for this journey. Check in with them daily or weekly and celebrate your progress. Get in a push group. I know several of you were in Kendra's Push to Diamond group. I was just reflecting on this